Konami Studios.
Black Widow, issue 2. That's right, the ongoing is continuing. Is it an ongoing? Did I say ongoing and it's not going to be an ongoing? That happens sometimes. But it's back. I loved the first issue. It was probably my favorite book from Marvel in a very, very long time. So I'm just like reeling to see what else is going to happen in this book. I love it. It's so good, and this issue was no exception. This issue was phenomenal, actually. It gave me a lot of what I needed from this book, a lot of ideas going forward. It's very creative, very interesting, very good stuff. So we open this book, and we kind of realize maybe Natasha's happy because Clint and Bucky are spying on her, and they're having this conversation to themselves like, maybe she is happy here. She looks happy. It's weird that she hasn't reported in anywhere in the past couple months. I don't know what we should do. And Clint's idea is just like, well, let's just walk up to the front door and talk to her. And Bucky just, you could see he's like, you're a terrible spy. Like, you have the attention span of a child. Like, no, we have to stake this out, make sure everything's okay before we make our move. But Clint's just like, nah, I'm just going to go to the door. She goes into the garage to work on her bike or just get a few things. And then Clint just walks in like, hey, what's up? Can I look at your bike? I just walking by. I don't want to intrude on anything. And, you know, they have like the story coming up like, oh, hi, my name's Natalie. How are you? And that kind of stuff. And just, you know, he tries to give subtle clues to who she might be or what she remembers or what she knows at this moment. She's going by Natalie. Her and her fiance, James Buchanan Barnes is the name of Bucky. Just going to throw that out there. They were in France, supposedly in France for a couple years before they came to San Francisco a few months ago. And Clint's just kind of like, that's great. It's a nice bike. You look so happy here. You have everything. The house, the bike, everything's looking great. What do you do? Oh, you're an architect. That's fantastic. I work security freelance and everything about that's nice. But all of a sudden, guess who comes bursting through the door? A little baby boy in a shark suit. She has a son named Steve. So, you know, references to a couple of the larger Marvel Universe characters. Clint's freaking out. He doesn't know how she would have a kid in the short time she's been disappeared. And then the husband comes in. Well, the fiance comes in. And it's just like, oh, everything's happy and weird. And Clint's still reeling in like, I don't get this. Why she seems happy, but how does she have a kid? The kid looks like her. I don't understand how that happened. And I thought that was really fascinating. Then we cut back to some Black Widow stuff because, of course, this is a Black Widow comic, so we have to have Black Widow in here. It's not going to be just a Clint-centric book, but I would read Kelly Thompson writing Clint any day of the week. She knocked it out of the park with Kate, so yeah, Clint, easy. And the parents are going to be going for a date night or just to hang out and do something. So they got a babysitter to watch Stevie. And I said date, but I guess they kind of split off and the husband goes to work on something else and leaves her just to, I guess, like, do something. I don't really know what she's doing. Just kind of walking about, I guess. Like, there's nothing. She's kind of walks around or just going to go to work, but she's in a nice outfit. You'd think they'd be going somewhere nice, but she kind of just leaves him. I'm starting to think maybe the husband's in on this whole thing with Arcade, because we do get a bit of stuff with Arcade here, and he's just like, Clint and Bucky are literally outside the house. Maybe we should do something about that. But these voices on these monitors are like, just leave them. You know, of course, some superheroes would come looking for her. We always knew that was part of the plan. You should just let it happen. You know, Clint being there and her not recognizing him, great testing ground. So we know something. We know she won't know them anymore, so it's fine. And I'm like, what? Okay, so this isn't Arcade who's controlling her? Because we get a shot of him. He's like, I really hate this job. It sucks. I don't want to do this. I like that. So I'm starting to think maybe Arcade's going to be a reason she gets out of here now, because he's going to get fed up with working here. And I think that's kind of interesting. So Natasha says goodbye to her fiance. She's going to go get into her car. And as soon as she does that, there's like a scream down the alley like, hello, help me, help me. And she goes to check it out. This woman is being assaulted by these men. And of course, just to certain instincts, she gets back into her groove and starts beating them up in these weird ways with her necklace and using, you know, just like a knife she finds for one of the guys. And it's like, okay, I see what you're doing here now. Her mind is actually gone, and now she is going to stop these guys. And it's going to click something in her like, oh, what? How did I learn to do this? Which is kind of cool. It's a great splash page image where you're seeing some, again, fantastic art. The artwork in this book It's really good. It's really cool. You guys are gonna love it. Like, it's so unique and so different. It's so crisp. It's very good for like the spy espionage story. I love it. Casagrande, I think, is who does it. She's a great artist. I really do enjoy it. Natasha comes home. She says goodbye to the babysitter. They have a cat named Logan, which I'm like, why are you using all these superhero names? I get it. It's cute. I just like, that's, I guess, a reference to her old life, you could say. It's kind of cute. So she like says goodnight to her son, just tucks him in again, starts singing a song, and we see like somebody's watching her. If I had to guess who's watching her on the monitor, it's going to be Red Guardian, because he's going to be in a movie that got pushed back till May. And that might be where he comes into the Marvel Universe again. But it's pretty cool, and she just goes in, she starts kind of like just tinkering with some stuff and accidentally builds a bomb. And she's like, why'd I do that? Why'd I do that? That's a weird thing just to randomly do. So her old life is starting to seep into this, and it's fun. I enjoyed this issue. Like I've said, it's enjoyable. It's great stuff with Natasha. You're seeing how this story is going to play out, and it's very interesting, very unique. There's nothing wrong with it. This issue was great, and just served the purpose of what it needed to do to be something interesting and fascinating. So I enjoyed this one a lot. So Black Widow issue 2, I am going to give an 8 out of 10. Thank you guys so much for watching this review. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, Patreon, Twitter, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Have fun, stay safe, good luck.